Hello, guys. I'm back to my podcast. I'm a horror movie fanatic, and so much so, I made my own short film with my friends. Now, one of the questions that has been asked of me is how does, the film engage with the audiences? So, as a person who watches a lot of horror movies, I find it very important to engage with the audience. Because I watch a lot of horror movies and I feel like they're just trying to make it scary and following the same tropes and not giving the audience what the audience wants. So, as a person who knows and hates that feeling, I I used my survey and I used like just common knowledge of horror movies to engage with the audience better instead of just having the same trope. A lot of tropes in horror movies is that the um the sound they'll lead to like a big jump scare, like oh, there'll be a loud noise. You're like okay, like what really scary built up to it, but and they'll only have that sound like for the whole one part you know it's coming. One thing our movie did was the sound was just the film soundtrack. So it didn't feel like they were building up to a big jump scare. It just felt as when it was coming, like, oh, here it comes. But it's not like I expected it because the way they did it was a little different. So that was one way I think they did it. I think another way is that this has POV shots. It's inspired by a lot of analog horror stuff like that because we're younger people making younger film. So we'll be able to engage with a younger audience, especially on who we care about enjoying this film because it's something new. I think the older audience will like this because I think as a person who watched movies for a long time, you can see the same tropes being used over and over again. I think something new and fresh, which comes from young people sometimes, is something that people want in films. So I think that's just it's one of the ways we're going to engage the audience. I think another way is that the the killer is you can see in the first scene of the movie. If you look closely enough in the background, he's in the background. So it's like leaving little hints and little clues behind in the film. I think adds an extra element. I think it makes the audience actually engage with the film more because like okay, I watched the movie the first time. Damn, this is scary. I come back again and oh my god, look, this is in the background. I was the first time. I get scared from other stuff like having multiple areas of horror and get jump scared multiple times from it, or just scare or just atmosphere being scary multiple times in the film are very important. A lot of horror films you can watch at one time, it's only scared for the time. A lot of them you can rewatch again and again and get that same feeling. And that's a great way to engage with the audience. So I think that's another way. I have mm, another way like we try to engage with the audience. I think the next question was like how would we distribute this? If I was doing this film, I would have to do it in a two way. I have to post a YouTube video and find perfect clips of the film on TikTok. That's just the best way that's done. Like a lot of these great short films like they're making, they're like really short and they have a good scare, they have a good story. They're done through TikTok. Have a good plot, they'll take certain spoon and leave a cliffhanger, and people are like, I want to see more, and they'll come to the channel and they'll watch it. And that's the best way to distribute something that is generated like that is made towards a younger audience, which our film is. So I think that's one of the ways that we can distribute it. I think it's probably the best way to distribute it because like it goes down into how we would engage with the audience. This is how we would engage with the audience by putting in places that they will be. The audience will be in places like TikTok, like Instagram, YouTube, and younger people will see this and actually want to watch it because like the way it's presented to them. Because there's certain ways you can present media to make it look good. And like I said, I watch horror movies all the time, so I know that you can do certain things to make a film like just feel good. And I think a lot of times it's people who make the film, they're actually just doing it for a quick cash grab. That's what we're doing for our film. And that's why I think the audience will engage it more. It's not for money, it's for the actual like passion of the product, you know? So I think that's another way that like the film will be done well. I think and just you just use TikTok and using like social media as a way to distribute a film is probably the best way to distribute a film. Nowadays, like obviously you need to have trailers like that, but people sometimes will see it and just be like, okay, trailers are done in a certain way. If you give me pieces and clips of the film that don't actually generally see and actually see what's happening in the movie, it's not a trailer, it's not a trailer for the final cut. It's about the actual cut of the film. So you can see that and be like, this looks interesting. I want to see this. Like, what's going on here? I think, the way I TikTok works, TikTok's works with times you're like, damn, like, this really looks interesting. I gotta watch it because this is, it kind of fits my vibe out. So I think that's how we would, engage with audience and distribute the media in general. I think it's the two best ways to do it in today's current climate. So yeah, that's the question I'm asking in my film. Thank you for tuning into the podcast, and I'll see you later, Nate.